Hey, what's up, Truth Hurts on YouTube? Going to be starting in about 10 minutes. Um, take a sip of my tea. How's everybody doing? You guys are having a great Sunday. We got Cafe Control, Control Tokenomics, Ghost Raven. How's it going, man? Mr. Mac SMG, Semi-Normal CTV. Drop you a follow there, brother. But you are an atheist, man. I would love to talk to you about Jesus. Jesus love you. He died for you. Eternity is coming. You must be ready. Drop you a follow there, Samuel. How's it going, brother? What's up, Quir? What's up, Alex? Thanks for being here, guys. I'll drop you guys follows too. You get a follow. You get a follow. You guys kind of excited about where we're at right now. And what we can do is kind of crazy. But I'll give it a couple minutes before I get into it just to give everybody a chance to get in here. If you guys want to do me a favor, just like it, share it, maybe comment on it. You could go share the space around too if you want to like go post the space around on different posts. You can be as creative with that as you want. Go post it to Shill Spaces or search up BNB or search up the next 1000X. Find the latest post, post it there. You know, maybe you'll think of something I don't think of, but you can share the stream around, share it in, try to get people in here. We're making something that's good for people in a place where most things aren't. And we just need people to realize that, but everybody's trying to convince you that everything's good for you when most things just aren't good for you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Steve. We're live on X, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, and we have a space going. So we are all over the place. Whether or not people are watching us or not, that might be a bit of a different thing. But we are there if somebody tunes in. And yeah, I'm try to not just rant about everything, but kind of really just hit the points of this project. You know, why you're in it. And you know, I kind of feel like the project doesn't succeed, it's useless. That's how I see it. So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. But everything's a risk. You know, you start a business, you go to write a book, you want to be a streamer, you want to be a professional sports player. Everything you have to risk failure, and it takes effort, and it takes learning, and all of that to get to success. Rarely does somebody just walk right into success with zero failure and zero pivoting or having to adjust their strategy or anything like that. All right, guys. I'll start in 2 minutes. We'll just start 5 minutes early. We got on the YouTube side of things going and the Twitch live. If people are watching on the Twitch live, we've got the pyramid that's got the liquid going down the pyramid. And it's just a perfect representation of shifting significant value to the bottom. You know, how do you shift value to the bottom? You give it to new buyers. Now they're getting more value. And we do that in a very significant way. We cover your tokens. We provide you with the 10x, 100x, 200x, 1000x, plus a whole new tier of rewards. And kind of some exciting things that we can do here with hey, what's up, Control Token Fireman on YouTube? Because really all we're doing is we're searching for like what's the best wealth distribution model that benefits the most people and leads to the success of the idea that you're trying to get behind, whether it be a meme or a utility. What's the best wealth distribution model? And it might be that certain ones have different types of benefits, and it might be ones are more suited towards a utility and others are more suited towards a meme. But you could have some that are designed more short term and some that are designed more long term. There's so much room to play around with value distribution and to try to do it in a way that makes it more fair for people and better for them. So a liquidity pool, just straight up, if you just don't change nothing, liquidity pool is terrible. And the good part for us at Control Token, what we're starting to realize is that, we make this for ourselves, and this is just our attempt with specific things change. Like we know what needs to happen. There needs to be value that unites your holders. There needs to be value that goes to the bottom, because you don't want to just screw a bunch of people over. And there's just all different kinds of ways of going about it. So Control Token is really just one way of going about that. But with the tier 2 that we just opened up, it opens up, and I've said this before, we can change any of that. So if we made it, technically we could make all of the buys, how you have your buys going towards liquidity pool, well, all of the XUSD buys, if we wanted to, we can make all of that go towards rewards. And so you would have equal amount of buy pressure going towards rewards as you had going towards liquidity, which that could be freaking nuts, right? To do something like that. It's just that the design of it right now is that we don't have constant buy pressure. We don't have a lot of people that are buying into it. If we did, then there'd be more room to kind of play with that. And it's not necessarily about playing with it. It's just about where is the best place for value to go for the community as a whole. Is it towards rewards? Is it towards the charts? Is it towards new buyers? And so I personally believe right now the best place to go is towards new buyers until we build ourselves. And as we continue to build ourselves and as we start to see that momentum, we can change the system to be like, what if we built up rewards? We can build up rewards for both tiers. We could put a certain amount towards tier 2 and a certain amount towards tier 1, so that the new volume could be significantly increasing the rewards for tier 1 and tier 2, while proportionally having much less value going towards the LP, which means the rewards can be a lot greater, which means we're increasing the floor of any store of value. But we basically, because of tier 1 and tier 2, we have 2 different tiers of value that are going towards the project, which is nuts. Because we're providing we can provide, every time we open a new tier, a significant level of support at a higher price, because there's so much value that was built in that system at that higher price. Awesome, guys. Got 2 minutes. If you guys haven't liked and shared yet, I appreciate everybody who does that on whatever platform you're on. Also, you guys can message me with any concerns, questions, likes, any however you're feeling. If you want to talk to me about the project, feel free to shoot me a DM. And if you know somebody who you think would like the project or is unsure, you can put me in touch with them and I can talk to them, and I can kind of break down what Control Token is, because Control Token, it really just is different than DeFi. Typical DeFi, it's like you're having to convince somebody of something that just really, it's usually not true, right? And it all comes down to what we were saying in some of our last spaces, which is that if you were there for the one we did with CoinMerge, and I don't really notice many other people say this. I'm sure they do. I just don't hear it very often, or really at all, which is that the value that comes from speculation is far greater and easier to get than the value that comes from a utility. So if any project is promising you some type of value based off utility, or getting tokens, what's up, Russ God, on the Twitch side of things with Heath Ledger, if anybody's promising you those things, you're kind of promising value that is insignificant when compared to just getting in the project and dumping, and that's not a good system to have. You have to counter that system. The only way to counter it is to proportionally build up value into the ratio that the liquidity pool is going, which is either a tax or some type of way to take value, a certain amount that would go towards the liquidity pool, and instead put it towards something that counters the incentives of the liquidity pool. The problem with crypto is the incentives that come from a liquidity pool, and nobody knows that, and everybody kind of knows that, but they don't just get right down to the heart of it. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. That was just me ranting a little bit. What's going on, guys, is Control Token AMA. I'll be answering your guys' questions in the comment sections, or if you guys just want to come up on the Twitter space, you're all welcome to join the Twitter space and come up. Try to bring a friend or try to bring some people into these spaces each week, guys, to be exposed to this project. It's a different project, and I constantly see this project as superior than most of DeFi, purely just because it rewards more people and it unites your community. And so, whenever I hear people talk about how important community is, it's like it's true, but the liquidity pool divides your entire community, and and you're basically telling your holders whoever destroys the project first wins. And so I just don't see that being as a good investment model for anything, nor do I see that as good for a good idea to get behind as a community, because it's only going to benefit the people that hurt the community. If you think about that, any crypto is just only going to benefit the people that hurt it. I'm not saying that there's not purposes for like blue chips and Bitcoin and stuff. I'm just saying there's room for improvement because the system can be abused. Even Bitcoin can be abused. So we basically, Control Token is building our first attempt at balancing that model to make it more fair, sustainable, and reward long-term growth, so that you can have a community that works together to grow a project and can be significantly rewarded for it, while also making the wealth distribution so much more fair. And so that we've done all of that, and there's room to work with that. But what I'm finding is that because crypto is so tribalist, you hear about a new crypto every day. How many do you buy? Probably zero to only a couple from a friend you trust. And so it's really hard to shill a crypto. And for the most part, from what I can see, people are chasing what they think everyone's going to chase. They're not necessarily chasing what's good for crypto. They're just chasing what people think is good for crypto, or not think is good for crypto, but what they think other people are going to chase, which is why, anytime a meme happens, whether it be Mike Tyson's butt or, something like that, a bunch of people go and try to make a project on it real fast on every chain, and then they hope that for some reason everybody pursues it. And we've kind of created this mentality where people are chasing things purely just because they think other people are going to chase them. And occasionally it happens. And I think that's a terrible, anybody can do that, obviously. I just think it's not good, because the value is designed to pump and dump. And so it's like everybody recognizes it's a pump and dump, and they're just trying to be early in a pump and dump. And so I basically look at that and I say, that's a scam. That's a pyramid. I don't like that. And I don't want to really be part of that. But if you change that and you make it more fair, and you pull value away from the people that destroy the project, and you give value to the people that help it grow, if you unite your community instead of divide them, and if you shift value from the top to the bottom, then I think you can have a system that everybody can be happy to be a part of, because it's actually helping people, and you don't have to do it through deceit. Like, I don't have to lie to people to get into Control Token. I can just tell them literally, I've shifted so much value to you. I don't have to deceive you into thinking something that's not possible. I can just tell you the truth. And as we grow, I know that we're benefiting a lot more people. So today's about Control Token, guys. We're not talking about any other projects today. If you're curious about any of the projects, you have to reach out to those projects. I'm only a part of Control Token, the creator of Control Token. So what I've found is that, yes, we're trying to get traction through that. We put so much incentive on the token, and we put so much incentive on the community to bring people into the token through the referral system, plus the rewards, plus you fill the 1000x and you might win, or the lotto, you might win. So I think we're good from a standpoint of something being new, that's safe, that is fair, that provides significant value, that unites the community. We've got all that, right? And so when people get behind Control Token, they're actually getting behind a system that benefits them, and it benefits the community as a whole. You get behind other cryptos, you're getting behind a system that benefits the people who hurt that community the most. I don't know how to make it more simple or obvious. Even if people understand that and agree to it, it's still bad, because you kind of have to convince people to get into that while kind of trying to hide that that's what it is. People wouldn't do it if you said, oh, it's a Ponzi, but we're going to be early and we're going to get a bunch of people in on it. But basically, that's what crypto is. It's a Ponzi. If you can't provide significant value that counters a liquidity pool, it's a Ponzi. It doesn't matter if you attach a utility to it. It doesn't matter really what you do. You need value that unites the community, and it pulls away from people for leaving, and it gives value to people for selling, and it must be significant. It can't be a small amount. So, we're in a position where we have a hard battle in terms of we have to get momentum and we have to bring people into it, and it's going to take the community making it happen. You have one of what I believe is one of the better projects ever made. It's more fair. You've got me that I'm doxxed. I've literally prioritized everybody in the project, not just the early buyers, not just my friends or my family or myself. I prioritize even the people that haven't even gotten in yet at 100x. I already have a plan for them to make it more fair for them, and not just kind of more fair, to actually provide significant value to them, which is what they're seeking. So there is really never been a project like this, and I think that there's room for a community to look at DeFi and say, this is something's wrong here and we need something better. And Control Token seems to be that direction. Maybe it's not the perfect thing that we're looking for, but it's definitely the right direction. And so we are creating it ourselves, and I think it's harder to bring people in because of tribalism and because everybody's so used to the sales pitch. This is the next big thing. We're going to be huge. We're like the next blockchain. We're the next everything that anybody can say to get you to buy their crypto, they're going to tell you, so that if a good crypto does come out, it's going to blend in with the message of every other crypto, because everybody else is trying to say anything they can to get you to buy into their crypto. And so we do stand out because we don't have to say that. I can just say, actually, the liquidity pool is not being addressed in 90, maybe 99% of cryptos that I've seen. I just don't ever see anybody balance the liquidity pool, unite the whales, incentivize the community. And no one has control over the project. It's just the whales, and they're all divided. So it's just like this chaos of, are these people going to hold, or are they going to sell early? Are they going to sell at a 2x, a 5x, a 10x, a 100x? I have no idea. But where I do see Control Token really being able to take off is when we provide what we're doing for ourselves to their projects. Because projects basically go, okay, I can tell what you're saying is real. Like, we don't have control over our community. Our community is divided. They are trying to dump on themselves. Our whales control it, and they're all hoping to dump it. And I think most people in the projects that I talk to genuinely seem like they want to do something better. It's just that they recognize that there's a problem they have that's stopping them from really being able to do what it is they want to do. And so with that comes what I see as something that could be bigger than really anything that we're doing. Is it feels like projects will be more likely to use our service than people will be to buy our crypto. And if they use our service, that's going to go towards our charts. And so we can kind of be one of the first projects that's doing this, but we can also be the pioneers of providing the ability for other projects to do this, which can be quite significant. And so there's really two things that we need to create. We need to look at our treasury and see how much it would cost, but I think we're good. We need to create the ability for a project to say, I like your model where we stop certain value going into the treasury and we either match their tokens or they just don't get all of their tokens worth. It's up to the project to decide what they want that ratio to be. Maybe it's only 10% that doesn't go to the liquidity pool, or maybe they want to try something crazy where they match 90%. I don't know, but it's open to the project to kind of join us in utilizing our service to provide more value to the new buyers, to incentivize buying and make it more fair. That's really what you're providing, and you can also fuel your project while doing that. And so that's what I found, is that my message doesn't seem to resonate with people in a way that makes them want to buy our project because I think of tribalism and maybe some other factors, but it definitely resonates with other projects in terms of, if I can say, I can unite your community if you do this, you can get your whales to work together, you can incentivize buys, you can reward your community for growing long term, and it's kind of yours to play with how you see fit. You just have to understand your community might not like what you do if you do something too crazy. So we can provide that service to them for where it's just their own project, but I also want to create something where the ability for all projects to come into one system of value, where it has a lotto aspect to it, it has reward aspect to it, it has all these different aspects to it, and so it can fill much faster and create winners much faster while putting buys on every project's chart. We can say, hey, come be a part of this. You'll put buys on your charts, you'll see winners in your own community, And if you have projects that are filling up, say, the entries, right, instead of just one, like we are with 829 out of 2,000 entries, then the entries can fill even for a small project. And so it'll be a lot more incentive to continue to get in because it's filling so much faster with multiple projects that continue to utilize that service. So it basically, we've created what I think would make DeFi a lot better. And now we've created the ability for other projects to do that. And I see them being like, yeah, please, like, I would love to use your service, is kind of what we've had people be like, yeah, I would love to use that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even like really focusing on shilling it to them. I've just been kind of ending my points on every project has this problem, but we don't just have the solution for ourselves, we're bringing it to you as well. And so it's one of those things where if projects are resonating with that, and by the way, every project will have this problem. They'll have a whale dominance problem. They'll have the community being divided problem. They'll be worried about dumps on their chart. They won't have any value built up into the future, right? They have every major problem that Control Token is fixed, and I know how to explain it to them. And so combined with our marketing utility and shill spaces, it's the potential to bring in a lot of projects that want to be a part of a system that's better. That's why I say, do you really care about your holders? Do you really care about helping the people at the bottom? Do you really want to make this fair? Well, here's a solution. We've made it. You don't even have to build it. You can just use ours, and we're going to make it fair for everybody. But what it's going to be is, obviously, it's a service we're providing. It's a utility, and the value is going to go back to Control Token. So that if the utility is doing well, even if we're not bringing in a ton of new users, it's going to be fueling our charts, and it potentially could do so in a quite significant way if the utility is successful, right? If it's very successful and you've got tens to hundreds of projects with multiple communities that have incentive to continue to buy their own projects, to fill the lotto and to fill rewards for the whole community, then you have you have the potential for millions in revenue going towards our own charts without new buyers, which is quite crazy, right? And so that's one way where I'm seeing it really resonate with people. And what I see as kind of the final step to all of this is we've created a solution that's definitely much better than most cryptos. We create the ability for old projects to have that solution. And then as long as we're doing well in the treasury, we work on the blockchain. And the blockchain is taking this idea and it's making it even better. It's creating the flexibility for any project to come in and without having to put cells on your charts. That's one of the coolest things about this, is if you stop value from going in, you don't have to make a tax token, and you don't technically, if you don't want to, have to make any value come from the liquidity pool. But to have a blockchain, like, take that idea, right? The entire idea is to create a community that works together to do what's best for the community and to share the value in a more fair way to the people who deserve it most, or to the people who usually get the least. And so apply that to a blockchain where every project is benefiting every project that comes onto the chain. Every project has the ability to shift value into the future without there being cells on the chart, or also has the ability, when cells happen, to take value without putting cells on the chart, and to either put it towards rewards that happen on any time frame that they want, a month, 6 months, whatever, or to put it out in a 10x, 100x, a lotto style, or to put it out in any really way that they want to give out that value, whatever they think's best to grow the community. And so people will be able to kind of take our idea and like test it and come up with different ways of going about it. But ultimately, we kind of need to be successful enough to prove that the idea works. And then if people chase that idea, we'll be ready with the chain, and we'll say, well, hey, we already have a service. If your project's already out and you don't want to give up on it, use our service, right? Go to our tier 2 or whatever we're going to call the service for everybody through Marks PvP. And that one has the potential to have extremely high demand on it because everybody has such a massive problem of a liquidity pool with no solution. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody come to a project with a solution like this, or with the ability to explain that problem to them, like we do. And then we'll also say, or either one, you can just make a project on our chain, right? And when you build a project on our chain, it'll be designed in a way where some of the value will go towards the chain. And there's room to kind of figure out exactly how that should be. But if every project that's coming in has value going towards the chain, you can start to create a floor for every project. And you can do it in unique and different ways. So ultimately, I don't know, I'll only take a second to say this. If you guys followed me into SafeMoon, SafeMoon was supposed to be this revolutionary tokenomics, made it fair for everybody. You get tokens with volume, followed by a blockchain. And it was like, well, why would people want to use that blockchain? And it was like, okay, I get that there's something there. Reflections and tokenomics is a step in the right direction, but that wasn't it. And neither was the blockchain, and neither was really anything that was made, because it was all being abused to take advantage of the people underneath it. And it wasn't trying to fix anything. It was just throwing something out there. It actually wasn't thought out at all. Whereas Control Token, this is years into the making of design, of being thought out. How do you fix whale dominance? How do you make a project that's fair to the later buyers who get in at 100x and 1000x without destroying the incentive to get in the project at all? So Control Token, Control Token is kind of everything that I wanted from SafeMoon. It's tokenomics that are real, that actually benefit the people at the bottom, that take value from the people leaving, and give it back to the whole community in a way that incentivizes them not just to stay, but to continue to grow the project. It unites your community. It gives them the ability to take control over their project. Basically, we can collectively say this many tokens is committed to the growth of this project, and that's a very powerful thing to do. And we're more likely to win in doing so. And I've given a lot of value to you guys for doing so. 50 million airdrop for you guys going into the 12-month staking pool. You took the biggest commitment of staking that much of the supply up for 12 months, and other people didn't take that commitment, and they can just sell, right? Yes, you're getting rewards, but the value in the LP is greater than the rewards, right? At least right now. So it's like, okay, that 3-month event made it so you guys got heavily rewarded. Everybody got there. If you did the pre-sale, you got your initial back in your bag, which was pretty freaking awesome. And that can go up, right? If we do another 10x, that'll 10x your bag plus your initial that you got for the 3-month event. So I rewarded everybody for collectively giving this project a year to grow. It doesn't guarantee it, but oh man, does it provide opportunity, unlike any other crypto where in a day or a week it can die. But I just want you guys to see kind of the full picture of what all of this is. We're trying to grow the crypto by trying to get people inside of it. That we still need to do that, and our community has been empowered to do that. Use your referral links and fill the system up. It could be quite significant. Another thing we can do is if we get enough engagement going where the project's growing, we can take 10% from the lotto that's going towards the lotto and double what's going towards the rewards in the tier 2. And then we could take another 10% that's going towards the lotto and then put that towards tier 1 rewards for the 12-month. And we could start greatly fueling the reward events. We could even do more than that. If we had really good volume, we could stop everything from going towards the lotto and put it all towards tier 2 rewards. And we could start building significant value for a couple times into tier 2 rewards, and then we could do the same thing for tier 1, and then we could stop and go back to the lotto. Ultimately, it's all about where does value help the project grow the best, and we have the ability to play with that in terms of, oh, there's so much value in the liquidity pool. What if we stored up a ton of value in the rewards? That would be raising the floor significantly, and people would be super bullish about that because their rewards could start skyrocketing, and it would be quite exciting, right? So there's a lot we can do with this type of system, because it's all just about you take value and then you give it to a community in the best way to help that community do well in the most fair way possible that can't be abused. That's really all we're doing. That's all we're playing with. And this is just what I've come up with. But ultimately, like, where we're at right now is we need to spread, and so we need to do marketing, and our community we need to bring our community to bring people into the project. If we can't do that, if we can't make that happen, then the project's not going to grow, right? It's going to be very hard to grow the project, and then we're going to be dependent on either our utilities or me or one of the 10 people, 15 people that are out here shilling the project getting lucky with one of my videos or Cafe Control or Externalize or any of the group that we have that's kind of working their butts off, putting out content nonstop. They're putting the rest of the community to shame. These guys are posting nonstop multiple times a day. They're doing it for you, for your bags. So if anybody's not doing it, you're not helping all of us try to make you successful in a system that's designed to benefit all of us. It's not just designed to benefit the pump and dumpers. And so that's why I say every mindset of what you have with a typical crypto, if you apply it to control token, it doesn't work. You're gonna view it in the wrong light. It's not a pump and dump. It does help people. You will be rewarded for growing it. It's the one project if you put effort into and grow, you won't round trip your bags because we've got rewards being built up, and you've got me and the ability to say, oh, we can shift significant amount of value into the rewards for a little while, or we could just go back to shifting significant amount of value to the charts as well. So we always have the ability to just do that as well. In different ways. But main point of what I wanted to get across to you guys today was just we have a solution. We're bringing that solution to pre-existing projects, and if whether we're successful or not, we can create the potential to build that solution on your own chain in a way that I think is quite unique and exciting. That each project will be part of an ecosystem where they're actually benefiting each other. Where you'll have a chain of projects that are incentivized to do good for each other instead of just a community of holders incentivized to do good for each other. So the potential to go from just a typical crypto with good rewards to providing a service that projects desperately need. I think every project desperately needs this, even if it's just a little bit, even if they only want to do 10%, we'll be able to provide that service to them. 10% stops going into their liquidity pool, and it goes towards rewards for the stakers in the future, or it just goes towards rewards in the future, and they don't have to see cells on the chart when they use the service. That's one of the coolest parts about it is you don't see cells. When you do a tax token, you see cells, right? It builds up to a threshold and puts cells on it. So we've created what I believe is one of the best cryptos, and now we're just in a point of marketing it, and then we've created the utility that's going to feed back into the crypto to control token. If the utility does well, it's gonna bring control token with it, whether people are buying it or not, because of the utility. And then we're gonna build a chain to be like, this is a much better place for people that are wanting to take crypto seriously and actually care about helping people. This is the place to build your crypto. You have value that can build up towards the future that unites your community, and you can make that value significant. And you have the ability to not put cells on the charts through this system. There's so many amazing things we could do with the chain, and the potential here I think is actually extremely high. It's not like hoping that we're going to be a currency for a chain. It's like there is a desperate need to make DeFi more fair and less abusable, and to unite a community and to not give all the control to the early buyers and give all the value to the early buyers. So it's something that's desperately needed, and we have it. We just have that. And so if people will try to copy us, if we start to succeed and try to beat us to it, but I think there's certain things about us that you can't copy. And if we have a chain ready by the time that we, if we start to do well, then we'll be like, here's the project that for one is going to benefit. If people are using this service, then that's going to be significant value going towards our charts. And so the big picture is control token on BNB. If anything of these other things succeed, it'll be control token on BNB that goes with it. If the blockchain succeeds, there will be a percentage of volume that will be going towards buying control token on BNB because it's the main project that started this all. So the idea is to just really make DeFi better. I know everybody says that, but I think this just literally does it. And you can play with how much you want to try to do that, and people can be like, oh cool, this project's doing 90% to the future value and only 10% to the liquidity pool. I want to try that. You could try that. Or this project's doing 50-50. Let's try that one. This project's doing a quarter. And then there's so much room to build on that and kind of add different incentives with the value from the most powerful part of crypto, which is speculation. It's not utilities. Everybody's trying to fix the problem of crypto through utilities, and it's just not doable. You'd have to be one of the top utilities, and you would need significant value from your utilities going back to the holders to even come close to comparing with the value that comes from speculation. And so we just kind of have the solution, and it's just whether or not we can get people's attention with it and be the first ones to succeed with this solution before somebody else beats us to it. Now, if somebody beats us to it, that's fine. But our community has the opportunity to be one of the first cryptos to blow up with this solution, with a utility that's providing this solution to other projects, which is going to be one of my primary focuses, is to get other projects, other people into our project, but other projects are more likely to get into our project or to use our service that benefits our project than they are to actually buy our project. And then to provide that chain at the end would be like, this is the place to build meme coins. This is the place to build utility coins. Why? Because the structure is designed to benefit the people that are coming together to grow the project instead of the people that are pumping a project in order to dump it. And so I honestly do. I know that might sound like I'm aiming for the stars, but to me, it doesn't sound that unrealistic. It sounds like just the obvious solution to what's wrong with all of crypto. It's the pump and dump. It's people chasing trends that don't matter, that don't make anything any better for anybody. Everybody knows the system is unfair and broken. They know it's a Ponzi. They're just trying to be early in the right Ponzi. They know they have to dump on a bunch of other people. They know they're divided when it comes to taking profit, but we're trying to say it's all about community and everything. And it's like, if it's really about community, then you need a foundation that unites your community instead of dividing them. And the only one that does that so far that I've seen to this degree is Control Token. So if anybody thinks they're late to Control Token, you probably don't know what we just did with our Tier 2. We just launched Tier 2, and the rewards aren't showing yet, and it's hard to tell how many holders that you're competing with, but it's not much. The ability to be a whale in Control Token every time I release a tier opens up as if it's a new project. So we just launched Tier 2 at like 0.9, around 0.9. The rewards that you can get from Tier 2 are a little better than the ones from Tier 1, and in one sense, but also in another sense they're not. But it's basically, if our Tier 2 does well, it'll generate significant rewards that right now there's not that much competition for. There's no massive whales. Somebody could drop a couple thousand in Tier 2 and be one of the top positions in Tier 2. That's what I'm trying to communicate to people, and it's not visibly obvious on the site because you can't see the rewards and how much. But when I do the math for you and I say, hey guys, if there's 20 million staked, or if there's 30 million staked in Tier 2 in the 12-month pool, and you stake 100,000 tokens, and we get 100 million in volume, that's 50 grand for 100 million in volume with only 100,000 tokens, which is like $1,000 to $1,200. It's like nothing, right? And if you buy right now and we get 2 million in volume through the lotto, it will cover your entry fee. It'll just cover what you're putting in with only 2 million in volume. So the numbers are staggeringly high right now because of this Tier 2. For anybody that feels like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten in, it's like, I made this for you, right? I made this for you. If there's anybody who listens to this who's not in Control Token, we also have a deal going where if you buy $100 worth of Control Token through our website right now, you will get $100 worth of Control Token. You'll pay the buy tax, so it'll come out to like 85, and then that'll give you an entry into a 200x, 100x, a 10x, and if you stake those tokens, you'll also get rewards, 10% of all the volume for the lotto for an entire year built up, which, like I said, the entry point into that is extremely cheap right now. And you'll also get a non-stop chance at 1,000x. So we have a really, really cool system that we have built up, and it's designed. It's just too good to be true is the problem with Control Token. Is everything sounds too good to be true, but it just is everything you want out of a crypto. We have anybody that wants to come up and ask anything on the Twitter side of things, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and shoot through the comments on YouTube and X, and if we have any speakers that have any questions, we'll go to that. Otherwise, we'll end it so I don't have you guys for like a long time. Let's see. On YouTube, we got Agent D says, man, I wish I could have figured out how to enter at the first launch pre-sale. I have something unique here. My friend, keep it up. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You can jump in right now and build a large position in a much more interesting tier of rewards. What we've done is quite significant. Tier 2 is what I wanted Control Token to be honest with you guys. All right, let's go to the comments on the Twitter space. Cafe Control. Also, guys, go like each other's comments. That's another way to help engagement. Control Token is doing what others aren't, making crypto fair for so many more people, not just the insiders and early buyers, and the rewards are insane. Yet we have the best rewards. Compare any other project rewards to ours. Ours is the best. You haven't seen a better rewards project that's designed to grow long term, that's designed to have volume for a tax token. We have everything you want. If I purchase tokens on the tier 2 offer and stake them, those tokens purchased on the tier 2 opportunity go into the overall amount that I have staked. If I am hearing you correctly, those tier 2 tokens have their own rewards. And my question is, if I have a bunch of stuff staked from tier 1 and I add it to tier 2, how do I get to double dip? So when you stake tokens in tier 2, it's only the tokens that you stake in tier 2 that'll apply to the rewards of tier 2, but this token staked in the tier 2 will also get the tokens of tier 1. Hopefully that answers your question. You can also shoot me a message if you want, if I didn't fully satisfy that. We're going live, that's right. Cafe Control. Guys, Cafe Control puts in the work for you guys. He puts in so much work. Ready for the moon. Control Tokenomics. Join us. Control Token, that's right. Peter, the Control Token Bull. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, guys, I also put out a statement on Discord, which is kind of our goal for this week. So our mission this week, guys, is to target BNB. That's the chain we're on. We need to find, if there's spaces going on for BNB projects, we need to get in there. We need to figure out what the top BNB projects are. We need to figure out where the traffic and attention and conversations are happening for BNB, because that's what we are, and they probably don't know about us. So we need to get in there, we need to shill, we need to talk about it, we need to expose them to Control Token. It might be easier to get people interested in our project who are literally on our own chain, as opposed to somebody who's specifically only staying on Solana or Base or something. So that's one of the main objectives this week. And the other main objective is to try to fill the pool as much as we can. Even if we only got to 1,000, that'd be great. That'd be 171 more entries. But you have referral systems to get 10% of what you bring in to assist the project. So, we've really empowered the community to grow the project. But if they don't, then we have a community that doesn't grow itself. We have a community that doesn't shill itself. We have a community that isn't trying to grow their bags. And that's not a good community to have. We have a great community in other ways, in terms of we're staked and we like the idea of fairness and long-termness and all that, right? But when it comes to us pushing our project to other people and trying to get excitement, we are falling short of that. We have a few people doing the work for most of the community. And it takes, if you don't want to be the one shilling, it takes zero effort to like and share the ones that are, if you can't do that. So if you're not willing to like and share people who are putting an effort to grow the project, then I would say you probably don't deserve to have your bag grow at that point, because you're hoping that somebody else does all the work for you while you don't do any. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the space. Hopefully you guys see a clear picture of where it is that we're going. The referral system in the Lotto gives you just like a very step-by-step path of what the path to success looks like. And I could literally design or make a video or a diagram showing how much buy volume we need to get to a 100x and how much buy volume we need to get to 1,000x. And then I could show you what that looks like for the referral system. And then I could show what it would look like if everybody brought in, if a tenth of our community brought in one person every week or every so often. And we just kept doing that. And we keep growing, keep filling the Lotto. The Lotto would keep filling. We'd start seeing buy volume without sells on the charts. And then we'd start seeing the staking to chase that 1,000x and the rewards. And then we'd start to see just, what is the words I'm trying to lay out? Such a clearly laid out path to what success looks like. Instead of it being a mystery of who knows, it's like, if our community, if you just bring in people and the people that are brought in continue to bring in people, will happen. You'll see the success you want to see. You'll see the rewards, the volume, the price action. If we don't do that, then we're hoping that something else like me or Cafe Control or Externalize or some of our other community members pull off something amazing that doesn't involve a community being excited about the project. So, whatever we got to do, this is so much incentive to grow the project and to get people into it. The rewards are exciting. The price actions are exciting. Everything is exciting about this project. But if our current community can't be excited, then we need to build one that will be. If we want to make this work, we need to build people. We need people coming in and seeing winners and seeing the referral system and seeing the rewards. Simultaneously, the community has been given the power to make this project succeed without me. As if the community just kept growing and bringing people in, and the people that are being brought in kept bringing people in, the system would finally fill. It would be exciting. They'd watch their bags go up. They'd watch their rewards go up, and then they'd do it again. And then they'd get more people to do it this time. And then more people would continually be doing that. They'd be watching the bags grow. They'd be bringing in more people. The community has the power to grow this project, basically, without me doing anything. However, I'm going to be approaching it from more of a marketing and utility position of we can do marketing for you and we can provide what your projects need through our utilities, and we're working on a chain. And if somebody steps back and they can look at everything that I'm doing, then they can see the potential demand that we're putting on the control token itself, which is quite significant demand on the token. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for being here, everybody. I really appreciate you guys showing up. That when you guys show up, it brings a presence and strength to the project. And I don't want to take too much of your time, so now you got families and work and you got other projects and stuff. So really appreciate all you guys being here. Keep working, keep grinding, and we can make this happen, guys. The opportunity is here. Such an exciting opportunity. We just got to make it happen. And I'm doing everything I can to make that happen. Like I said, guys, we have the ability to change the lotto system. If we wanted it to only be 10% going towards the new lotto, we could do that. And we could have 80% going towards buys, and we can just match that 10 to 20% or whatever of your buys. So we have the room to improve this and make it better as we go. And it might be that there might be time periods where fueling rewards would be better. And then there's time periods where fueling new buyers is better. And then there's time periods where putting more into the buys is better. So it's really cool to have that kind of control and to utilize it for what's best. But right now, we need to grow our community and we need new buyers. So the incentive to buy the token has never been higher. And the incentive to refer people to buy the token has never been higher through a referral system. So get people in, guys. I'll help you. I'll be getting people in. I'll be making videos, doing all that. I'm still working on a video right now. And let's make this happen, guys. Let's not let somebody else take this and make it happen just because they were more excited about it and because they put more effort into marketing. Let's not let somebody steal this from us because they do it faster before us or they do it a little bit better. All we have to do is be a community that's excited about what we're doing and bringing people into it. That's all we need is excitement and bringing people in. So far, the project, the charts, nobody has any reason to be upset. The chart's great. The rewards are doing great. The value's great. I've given back to you guys the 50 million to the 12 month. I'm showing my face. I've given you guys my name. Constantly shown that I'm going to prioritize the project and give back to the project as a whole significantly, not small amounts. I give back significant value to everybody, right? And so I could be abusing that for myself, and I think most projects do. I'm just not doing that. So get behind me, guys, and I promise I'll take care of you. Thanks, guys. We do have one person requesting. I'll go ahead and bring them up. Rusk, DJN, how's it going, man? You just gotta unmute yourself there, brother.
Hey, what's up, CC? I just had a quick question real quick. For the chain, would they be able to make like BNB NFT projects, help them grow? Like, because like at one time BNB NFTs were going crazy and people were buying them, and like there's projects around still in there that are still holding on to their projects, and would the chain be able to help them also, or is it just for crypto?
I think that everything that's ever been attached to crypto has been attached to a value system that's been unfair and broken. And so we were just starting with the crypto, and then we were providing a service, and then we're creating a chain. And I think that there would be room to be like, hey, NFTs can have value if the incentives and value distribution is right. I don't know if it would be the chain or if it would be something else, but that's definitely something we could look at probably further down the line. That'd probably be something we would do after the chain if it was successful. Maybe, or if just the timing was right if NFTs came back. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was asking because I'm part of there's a group called BSC Friends, and there's a lot of BNB holders in there, a lot of NFT holders and BNB chain. I'm gonna hit them up in a little bit after this.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's what we need to find. Is like, we need to collectively find BNB spaces, the top BNB projects, BNB communities, and come in and bring control to them. Control's different. It's going to stand out, and they're already on the chain. They might even have some extra BNB sitting by, and we just have to start spreading it, you know. And we all got to take it into our own hands to make it happen. The more we all do that, the better. And you guys can even be together in like groups going towards projects, you know, so that you're not all by yourself. But what was that one called, Rusk? Is that on X?
Yeah, it's on X. It's called BSC NFT Friends.
Oh, but it's about NFT. Okay.
Yeah, there's one of the NFT holders named just Miro. It's an Miro. He was in a couple of NFT projects as the same as I am, and a lot of them just, I mean, they're still there. They just haven't been moving at all.
Okay. Yeah, we need to find ways to expose ourselves, even if it's just through marketing. Hey, we need to do this marketing on BNB or something. We need to get that going too. We just need to get ourselves exposed. You know, we exposed ourselves to Evergrow and SafeMoon, brought in some through that, not a ton, not like what we were, you know, the momentum or potential that we did have. And now it's, I think BNB is kind of the next group of people that we should target. And you guys don't realize how much one person can do. One person can take a link and go and share it 100 times to different people in their DMs, on their post. So there's a lot of shilling that you can do to people and to get them to know about it. But awesome work, man. I appreciate you bringing that up. Anybody else? Oh, sorry, Russ. Did you have something you want to say?
No, I was gonna say no problem. I'm gonna hit them up right now though. As soon as we get off of this, I'm gonna talk to them and see if I can share the links to the control token in there and stuff.
Heck yeah. So you guys, he's putting in that work for you guys. So I say, if you're just too shy or you don't feel like doing it, just like and share. Just follow us all on Twitter and like and share everything. Comment on it. If everybody was doing that, our exposure and reach would be much bigger, and we'd have a much bigger presence of our community that people would go, oh, they've got hundreds of people interacting with their stuff. That's awesome, right? If we could at least break that 100 threshold, we've got like 20 to 30 to 40, sometimes 50 interactions with a post. But if most our posts could be breaking 80 to 100 with thousands of views, that really screams value to outside people, like projects or even just potential buyers. They go, oh, well, they have a really strong community. And that requires you, like when you poop and before you go to wipe your butt, you just sit there and click like, retweet, comment, hashtag control token, comment, I love control token. It takes less than a minute to do that during the day. And so that's why I would say if you can't make posts, then just push the people who are. It takes zero effort to do that. Awesome, guys. Thanks for being here, guys. And this crypto isn't going to make itself work. It's going to be the community. And you guys are united and will be rewarded for making this crypto blow up. But you have to make it blow up. Maybe I can pull that off for you and be like, wow, you guys really were handed like everything. But... and maybe Cafe Controller, maybe one of our community members does something that brings a lot of exposure to us and we get lucky. And it could be, right? But we're trying. And we're not getting lucky. We're putting in nonstop effort trying to make it happen. But if our community would just get behind us, oh man, would it increase our chances. If our videos are getting hundreds of likes and retweets and our posts are getting hundreds of likes and retweets and people take 10 people to take one of my videos when I post them and they go out and they search and find all different kinds of new posts and stuff to share it on. Or if you're just reaching out to people that you know who you used to be in communities with and saying, you guys should really look at this, like this is crazy. That can go a long way. So yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Really appreciate, having you guys as a community. I'm thankful that you guys agree that this is a good idea, that crypto should be better. And, it could have been that I did this and nobody liked the idea. And they said, I don't like that. We just want to do, pump and dumps, But you guys agree with me that things can be better and they should be better. And that's what we're really pushing for. We're not just pushing for Control Token to blow up. We're pushing for a better DeFi, because if Control Token blows up, or if our utility blows up, then we can prove to people that there's a better way to go about all of this. And then we can create the chain to literally provide that better way to them. That's why I say the opportunity for this, it's not just, oh, my one token does well. It's, if this token does well and the utility continues to do well, the utility will continually feed Control Token, either in buys or to the rewards, one of the two, whatever's most needed at the time. And then if the chain does well, imagine what that chain would do to Control Token on BNB, right? If you had tens to hundreds to potentially thousands of projects using a chain because it's better, because people are seeking after it, and a percentage of all that value is going towards buying Control Token, then on BNB, then this is much bigger than just Control Token and just yourself. And it's a step in the right direction, which is that if we're going to get into systems of value to support ideas or projects or utilities or memes, what is the best systems of value to do that with? And it might take a lot of trial and error through different projects, fluctuating with the different numbers, going towards, you know, different rewards and systems of value. But ultimately, I think DeFi desperately needs to get away from the liquidity pool structure. Not entirely, because that's where most of the fun is at, is watching your back do 100x or whatever. But it needs to get away from it, and it at least needs to start changing it and making it better, because the liquidity pool is bad. It's just bad, in my opinion. All right, good. See you guys later. I'll see you guys this week. I'll be making videos, content, streaming. We're going to be doing, I'm just working nonstop for you guys. So do everything I can to make this happen. And the more you guys just back us up that are pushing, or more, if you want to push, I'll like it, I'll share it. We got your back too. Just try to get our community that we have involved and try to bring people in and try to help people that are sharing it. This is the one project that won't betray you, and the roadmap isn't just let's pump this thing so we can dump it. It's let's pump this to show that it works. Let's create a service to everybody else so that they can use it, which will feed our project, and then let's create a blockchain where people can build off of this idea that makes DeFi much better than what it currently is, which is a big claim, but I think it's true. I just think it's just true. So, all right, later, everybody.